हेलो गाइस, वेलकम बैक टू माय चैनल फाइनेंशियल लेसन विद संजय जसारे। और आज मैं आपके साथ फाइनेंशियल लेसन नंबर 8 शेयर करने जा रहा हूँ, चैप्टर 8 फ्रॉम द बुक द पावर ऑफ हैबिट, व्हाई वी डू व्हाट वी डू एंड हाउ टू चेंज, बाय चार्ल्स ड्यूई। सो लेट्स स्टार्ट। सो गाइस, चैप्टर 8 का टाइटल है सैडल बैक चर्च एंड दी Montogomery bus boycott. How movements happen. The 6 p.m. Cleveland Avenue bus pulled to the curb, and the petite 42-year-old African-American woman in rimless glasses and conservative brown jacket climbed on board, reached into her purse, and dropped a 10-cent fare into the till. It was Thursday, December 1, 1955, in Montogomery, Alabama, and she had just finished a long day at Montogomery Fair, the department store where she worked at Sesame Street. The bus was crowded, and by law, the first four rows were reserved for white passengers. The area where black were allowed to sit in the back was already full, and so the woman, Rosa Parks, sat in the center row, right behind the white section, where either race could claim a seat. As the bus continued on its route, more people boarded. Soon all the rows were filled, and some, including a white passenger, were standing in the aisle, holding onto an overhead bar. The bus driver, James F. K. Blake, seeing the white man on his feet, shouted at the black passengers in the park area to give up their seat, but no one moved. It was noisy. They might not have heard, but Blake pulled over the bus to stop in front of the Empire Theatre on Montgomery Street and walked back. "You all better make it light on yourself and let me have those seats," he said. Three of the black passengers got up and moved to the rear, but Parks stayed put. She wasn't in the white section, she told the driver, and besides, there was only one white rider standing. "If you don't stand up," Blake said, "I'm going to call the police and have you arrested." "You may do that," the Park said. The driver left and found two policemen. "Why don't you stand up?" One of them said. One of them asked Park after they boarded. "Why do you push us around?" she said. "I don't know," the officer answered, "but the law is the law and you are under arrest." At that moment, though no one on that bus knew it, the civil rights movement pivoted. That small refusal was the first in a series of actions that shifted the battle over race relations from a struggle fought by activists in courts and legislation in contests that would draw its strength from entire communities and mass protests. Over the next year, Montgomery's black population would rise up and boycott the city's buses, ending their strikes only once the law segregating race on public transportation was stricken from the books. The boycott would financially cripple the bus line, draw tens of thousands of protesters to rallies, introduce the country to a charismatic young leader named Martin Luther King Jr., and spark a movement that would spread to Little Rock, Greensboro, Raleigh, Birmingham, and eventually to Congress. Parks would become a hero, a recipient of the Presidential Medal of Freedom, and shining example of how a single act of defiance could change the world. But this isn't the whole story. Rosa Parks and the Monterey bus boycott became the epicenter of the civil rights campaign, not only because of an individual act of defiance, but also because of social patterns. Parks' experience offers a lesson is the power of social habits, the behavior that occurs unthinkingly across dozens or hundreds of thousands of people, which are often hard to see as they emerge, but which contain a power that could change the world. Social habits are what fills streets with protesters who may not know one habit or another, who might be marching for different reasons, but who are or moving in the same direction. Social habits are why some initiates became world-changing movements, while others failed to ignite. And the reason why social habits such large influence is because the root of many movements, be the large-scale revolution or simple fluctuation in the church people attend, is three-part process that historians socialists show up again and again. A movement starts because of the social habits of friendship and strong ties between close acquaintances. It grows because of the habits of a community and the weak ties that holds neighborhoods and clans together. And it endures because a movement's leaders give participants new habit that creates a fresh sense of identity and feel of ownership. सो क्या इसमें बोलने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि ये मूवमेंट जो था मिस पार्क्स ने, जिसकी में उन्होंने उनकी खुद की पर्सनल हैबिट की वजह से, जिन्होंने फर्स्ट टाइम ये हुआ कि किसी वाइट आदमी को मतलब औरत ने मतलब सीट देने से मना कर दिया बस में। तो इसी तरीके से ये मूवमेंट की जो स्पार्क स्टार्ट हुई, जिससे मतलब रेवोल्यूशन एक स्टार्ट हुआ, जिसमें लोगों ने स्ट्राइक्स करना स्टार्ट कर दिए बस बाइकआउट के खिलाफ। ये उसी की बात कर रहे हैं और सिविल राइट्स की बात होने लग गई। लेकिन ये सब स्टार्ट होने के लिए एक हैबिट से स्टार्ट हुई कि जब सीट मांगी गई, पुलिस ऑफिसर ने मतलब जब वाइट आदमी ने सीट मांगी तो फिर मिस मार्क्स जो ब्लैक वुमेन थी, उन्होंने सीट देने से मना कर दिया। उसी तरीके से सिविल राइट्स मूवमेंट इस एक हैबिट ने मतलब लोगों के अंदर एक मतलब स्ट्राइक करने की मतलब आग इग्नाइट कर दी, मतलब अपने हक के लिए खड़े होने की। So let's read ahead. As it endures, because a movement's leader gave participants new habit that create a fresh sense of identity and feeling of ownership. Usually, when one of all three parties of this process are fulfilled, can a movement because self-propelling and reach a critical mass. There are other recipes for successful social change and hundreds of detail that differ between eras and struggle, but understand how social habits work help explain why Montogomery and Ross Parks became the catalyst of a civil crusade. और इसके अंदर ये कहने की कोशिश कर रहा है कि हर समय के साथ कुछ ना कुछ मतलब ये सोशल चेंज की मतलब जब बात करते हैं तो बहुत सारी डिफरेंट डिटेल्स होती है, डिफरेंट एराज में बहुत सारे सोशल चेंज होते हैं, मतलब बहुत सारी आदतें बदलती है लोगों में, ग्रीट करने की दूसरों को। हर रिलीजन के लोग अपने आप को अलग अलग तरीके से ग्रीट करते हैं पुराने टाइम में, तो एराज में सोशल चेंज होता रहता है, यही से समझाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं। लेकिन इनके हिसाब से जो सोशल हैबिट्स है उन्होंने एक्सप्लेन किया कि जो मॉन्टेगोमेरी और रॉस पार्क्स का ये जो ये पूरा मतलब जो स्ट्राइक स्टार्ट हुआ, ये सब हुआ, ये इनके सोशल एक्ट की वजह से हुआ, जिससे ये जो कैटलिस्ट था सिविल राइट क्रूसेड, यानी कि सिविल राइट मूवमेंट्स के लिए एक बहुत बड़ा कैटलिस्ट था। सो इफ़ यू लाइक दिस क्वेश्चन प्लीज़ लाइक एंड सब्सक्राइब। थैंक यू।